The story of Elijah. Elijah was a prophet of God in Israel. After a great struggle, a serious threat came against him. Fear rushed into his heart. Even after all he had seen God do, Elijah felt overwhelmed and decided to flee. Elijah traveled into the wilderness, moving farther and farther away. When he could go no farther, he sat down under a broom tree. He was exhausted in body and heavy in heart, feeling alone and afraid. Elijah prayed honestly to God. He did not pretend to be strong or hide his pain. He was worn out and confused. After praying, he lay down under the tree and fell asleep, drained from the journey. While Elijah slept, an angel touched him and said, "Get up and eat." When Elijah opened his eyes, he saw bread baked on hot stones and a jar of water beside him. He ate and drank, then rested again. God did not scold Elijah for being tired. God began with practical care. Elijah's body needed rest and strength. In the quiet of the wilderness, God provided what Elijah needed for that moment, without shame or pressure. The angel returned a second time and touched Elijah. "Get up and eat," the angel said, "for the journey is too much for you." God understood Elijah's limits. God knew the road ahead would be long. Elijah got up and ate and drank again. Strength returned to him. With the food God provided, Elijah traveled many days until he reached Horeb, the mountain of God. There he found a cave and spent the night. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah. God asked, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" It was not a harsh question. It was a gentle invitation to speak. God wanted Elijah to bring his heart openly before him. Elijah poured out his sorrow. He spoke of pressure, fear, and loneliness. He felt hunted and believed he was the only faithful one left. Elijah's feelings were real and heavy. But God was about to show him a wider truth. God said, "Go out and stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord." Elijah stepped outside. A powerful wind tore through the mountains and shattered rocks, but the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind, there was an earthquake. The ground shook strongly, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. Elijah learned that loudness is not the same as God's voice. After the fire came a gentle whisper. It was quiet, steady, and near. When Elijah heard it, he pulled his cloak over his face and stood at the mouth of the cave. God's presence was not crushing. It was comforting. The Lord asked again, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah repeated his sorrow. God did not shame him for repeating it. God listened patiently. God met Elijah where he was, with steady kindness and care. Then God gave Elijah direction. He did not overwhelm him with a long plan. He gave him clear next steps, what to do next, where to go next, and how to move forward faithfully. God leads the weary one step at a time. God also reminded Elijah that he was not alone. Elijah had believed he stood by himself, but God revealed that others still remained faithful. Elijah's feelings were real, but they were not the full truth. God was still working. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 29. Elijah's story shows God's gentle care, rest, food, presence, and direction. If you feel tired today, come to God. He will sustain you, one day at a time.